Hello everyone, welcome back to Gloomhaven. Last time we went to a little outcropping and defended a tree, and in doing so we received some wonderful rewards. So let's do our city admin and whatnot. We'll do our city encounter event first, just in case that impacts anything else. On a trip to the coin district, you catch the sight of an old, weary Valrath carrying a large, intricate vase out his front door. As you get closer, the Valrath begins to struggle with the vase, sweat pouring from his brow. Under the strain, the Valrath loses his balance, and the fragile vase topples downwards as he yells a string of curses. Attempt to catch the vase, or with no time to react, watch as the vase falls to the ground. I mean, you would always try and catch the vase. You race forward and wrap your arms around the vase. You manage to grip it, preventing tragedy. The Valrath is relieved and offers to pay you for your trouble if you carry it the rest of the way. 5 collective gold. Sure, we can split it this way, I suppose. Right, so our city quest is done. Now, at the end of our last quest, we got some better potions. So rather than a minor healing potion, which performs a heal 3 self-action, we now have major healing potions for a heal 5, so we'll make sure those are equipped on the 2 characters that received them. And then with that done, we need to level up Brutus and Faith. So Brutus reached level 2. Fatal Advance. Kill 1 adjacent normal enemy, 2 experience and burn, move 4. Or Juggernaut. Move 2, attack 2. On the next 3 sources of damage, you suffer no damage instead. Now, last time, I'm very aware that I took Fatal Advance and then didn't really use it all that much. Whereas Juggernaut, the move 2 and attack 2 on top is incredibly good because it's hard to find cards where you get to move on top. Move on top is very rare. So if we have move on top, we can then do other things on bottom like healing, shielding, jumping, these kinds of things that are more basic than just move 2 or move 4. So I think Juggernaut is going to be great for us, particularly maybe at the end of scenarios we put on Juggernaut's burning effect to take no damage from 3 attacks. So I think we're going to take Juggernaut instead of Fatal Advance this time. And then we'll want to equip it, which means taking something else out. So a move 2, attack 2 on top. Now, it's not very often that I'm actually retaliating, but the healing would be bad to lose, because retaliating means you're just gonna get hit a bunch, and in an ideal world you're going to be working to not be hit at all rather than to make the hits you take reflective of damage. Shield Bash I rarely play just because it's such a big one-time attack. Skewer I've come to appreciate more. Let's drop Shield Bash, pick up Juggernaut, and we'll see how we go there. Because we leveled up, we get a perk. You always get a perk when you level up, so we get to do that as well. Consistency is wonderful. Take out 2 of those -1 cards. We can take out a single -1 and add a +1 instead. Add 2 +1s, add 1 +3. Add targets. But I think for now, the other stuff is going to be great, but I think just being more consistent is going to be valuable for us, particularly when our attacks are kind of... We might be attacking somebody with 3 HP with a 3 attack, and so to not get the -1s is going to be huge. Then we have Faith to level up. Open Wound. Attack 4, add Wound and gain 1 XP when the target is adjacent to any of your allies, and move 5. Or Flintlock. Loot 1, attack 5 at a range of 4. So again, last time I think I took Flintlock, and it's a really strong attack, but it's a really strong attack once. Whereas Open Wound, it is also an attack on bottom, that is worth noting. But Open Wound, attack for 4 and add wound. Can I highlight the wound? I can't. I think it's just 1 damage at the start of somebody's next turn. And gain 1 XP, and it's a move 5, and you get to go on an initiative of 11, which is very quick, which means if we're attacking for 4, quickly, it means something else might not get to go at all. So let's take Open Wound instead as well. Then, of course, if we want to equip it, we have to remove something. Honestly, Backstab, I'm not going to play that often. It's a big attack to burn once and a move 6. Open Wound is a move 5. And we get to play the attack as many times as we like. And of course, we leveled up, so we also get a perk. We can also look at consistency. Dust removes 4 plus zeros. So maybe after a couple of consistencies, dust being removed is going to mean most of our attacks are positive modifiers. We could remove the -2 in its entirety. Replace 1 0 with a +2. And then lots of effect cards, or ignore negative scenario effects. So some scenarios might curse you or cause other issues. But I think consistency is going to be good. I'm fine with that. And with that done, the only things left to do are get shopping and blessings. We are all pretty flush on cash right now, so who's not wearing what? You don't have a helmet. During your attack, gain advantage on the entire attack action. Well, Brutus has several attacks that target many creatures, so I think one of those for Brutus is pretty good. Make sure, of course, you equip what you purchase. And what else? Faith, you've got 50 gold. What can we get for you? No head item there, no leg item either. We did find weighted nets. They are sold out apparently. I don't know who's got one, or if they're just not available to us. Oh, Faith has equipped it because they found it. During your ranged attack, add immobilize to a single attack. Interesting. Well, we'll hold on to that then. Brutus, did you have something in your hands? You do not. We should definitely consider that for everybody else as well. Craggy. No body, no hands, no legs. During your ranged attack, ignore or shield. When damaged by an attack, gain 1 shield for the attack. During your melee attack, add poison. During your melee attack, add stun to the entire action. A lot more of his attacks are ranged attacks than I was initially expecting. So piercing could be good. We have an iron helmet. We don't have anything else. Winged shoes. During your movement, add jump to the movement. He needs boots of striding, really, because he is much slower than everybody else I've learned. But unfortunately, there aren't any in stock. We'd have to sell from somewhere else. And he needs the jumping least, because he has the capability of destroying obstacles in the environment. So, we haven't taken the perks to ignore item effects, but we could do that once we get some better perks for the case of more hide armor. I think Mindy definitely wants a cloak of invisibility. That's going to be very helpful for them, especially because they have such low HP. And let's just go with that for now. So, back to the map. Unless anybody wants to donate to the Oak. I don't know what happens when we get to 100 devotion, but we probably want to do that sooner rather than later, right? It can't be a bad thing. So let's pick a quest, and then we'll consider getting a few extra blessings, just because we have so much spare gold. Some of these are ones I've done. Let's press on. We'll go find that diamond for Jexera. Yeah. So before we do that, we'll bless Cragheart. We will bless Mindy. And we will bless Faith. We'll save it on Brutus. They've only got 19 gold. But that's 30 of the 100 we need. Another 30 and then a 40, and we will be capped out. So we should be able to do that in a mission or two's time. So let's go find a diamond for Jexera. Road encounter. A knapsack and a walking stick on the side of the road catch your attention as you pass. You look around and see a man squatting in the bushes a small distance away. "Oh, hello," he says. "Good timing, actually. You wouldn't mind grabbing me some leaves, would you? It seems I've made quite a mess over here." You can have some leaves. We are not a disrespectful type. You gather up a handful of leaves and walk over to him. If you weren't quite sure what was going on before, the smell definitely confirms it. "Thanks a lot," he says cheerily. "Sometimes nature calls, am I right?" You cough in affirmation and move on quickly.
Ignoring Archisa's warnings, you head into the diamond mine. Sinister machinations is, of course, a troubling phrase to throw around, but the phrase considerable reward trumps that in a heartbeat. Heading into the damp underground cavern, you were expecting to find a few scraggly vermlings to make easy work of. You certainly weren't expecting a pack of vicious hounds guarding the entrance. Finding this diamond may prove more difficult than originally anticipated.
Right, so we've got hounds, merciless overseers, immune to wound, immune to disarm, curse and stun, and vermling scouts. This is a core boss quest. Have 3 or fewer total cards in your hand and discard at the end, or loot 5 or more gold piles during the scenario. I think we can probably burn enough cards there. Kill a monster during a scenario by causing at least 4 more points of damage than necessary. Have 1 or more monsters present on the map at the beginning of every round. With the doors and stuff, I don't know that Aggressor is going to be best for us. I'd also like that by not taking Aggressor, we free ourselves up to take long rests more easily. Reveal a room by opening a door. Kill 5 or more monsters. Cragheart is very slow, so they are not likely to be the one to open doors. And Mindy, kill an undamaged monster with a single attack, or gain 7 or fewer experience during the scenario. How are we for experience cards? We've got a good few of them, so probably not the experience. Let's take Executioner. And into the dungeon we go. Spooky. Round 1. Right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wolves, hounds, and the red are elite hounds. We can start anywhere we like among the white tiles, and we want to kill these folks as efficiently as possible. Note, they do have innate retaliate. Retaliating character inflicts X amount of damage. on us. Does it say how much for? Retaliate 2. Retaliate 1 for the non-elites. So big, strong area of effect and ranged attacks is going to be the order of the day. Let's start then with Cragheart. Good old Craggy. What we really want, backup ammunition would be great, apart from the fact that we would need to get an attack on the bottom card if we were going to utilize that, which we can't really. Heal 2, attack 3, immobilize. Attack 2 at a range of 5 would be adequate. Attack 3 at a range of 3. Attack 2, range 3. Heal 2, affect all allies in the targeted area. So if we attack 2 at a range of 3, this is 1, 2, 3. I don't know if our hex would get into that exact tile. It doesn't look like it. If it's oriented the way as it appears on the card, we're going to need to take a step forward, or we might be able to rotate it around. I'm not sure, but I'd like to be able to get all 3 in the area. And so we attack 2, range 3, and then heal 2. But we'll be just worrying about the attack part of that. So if that's what we're going to do on top, we need to do something on bottom. Just a standard move 2 by the looks of it. And we'll do it with a relative amount of speed. See how that goes. Mindy, we're probably just going to want to make one of these guys attack the other. Force enemy to move. Force one enemy within range 5 to perform attack 2. So that's going to be our bottom card. And on top then, if that's range 5, that's going to be no problem. So that's bottom. We want something for top. Attack 2, range 4, immobilize. That seems good as well. And I was told if I click the numbers, I can change which orientation they go in, rather than having to unclick twice and then select which one I want to be first, which is wonderful. So then we've got Scoundrel and Brutus. Scoundrel's probably going to be throwing knives or similar. Attack 2 at a range of 3. Or Swiftbow, attack 3 at a range of 4. Anything good on bottom? Pull 2 at a range of 3. We could pull this elite hound towards us, although they are still going to have retaliate when we do that. So we don't really have anything good going on the bottom. So what we'll do is we'll take Thieves' Knack, because that's an attack, and if they go before us and move to us, we will have an attack on bottom that we can play, and Swiftbow. And then Brutus. We could attack the one out front with Skewer without putting ourselves in range. If we could move 3, we could attack 3 of them, but then we would take 3 retaliations, and that seems like a very bad time. So, Spare Dagger, attack 3 at a range of 3 on top. Seems fine. And on bottom, we'll do a Leaping Cleave, just to make the wind element. And we'll see how that goes. 72. attack 1, pierce, move 3, attack 1 with pierce. So we're going to not take the first attack, but there will be movement and attacks afterwards. So, Mind Thief. We are going to attack and immobilize. The one at the front, I guess. They are moving 3. So this guy's going to move 1, 2 onto the line. This guy 1, 2, 3 to the line as well. The ones at the back are only moving 2, so the regular units aren't going to be able to attack this turn. So we should focus on the central 3. They're the ones to be concerned with. Let's immobilize one of the ones at the back in hopes that we can kill one of the ones in the front. Force one enemy within range 5 to perform attack 2, range 0, targeting another enemy with you controlling the action. So we could have that guy attack the one at the front, or attack one of the weaker ones that's going to move. Let's have this guy attack the one at the front. And with a -2, that will do nothing, but the one at the back does take retaliation damage, which is great. And we'll end the Mind Thief's turn. Right. They did not go faster than us, so our Thieves' Knack is basically wasted, but we can still attack here at the front, as planned. We could immobilize the one at the front. In fact, let's immobilize the one at the back. So that's 2 of them that aren't going to get to us to attack this turn. And we will attack, but we can't attack anything, so we skip the attack. We don't get the 1 XP because we didn't take the attack action that was necessary for that. Then Brutus, attack 3 at a range of 3. We're going after the guy at the front. We could get advantage on the attack action, but I think it's overkill. There's 4 damage there, and we will move. You're moving 2. So if we do step ahead, we will be within range of attacks. So we're just going to do a little loop, mostly so that we can infuse element with air. And end our turn. Then Cragheart, this is where we get to see if we can rotate sentient growth around. Okay, it does not have to do it. It's not doing it the way it's presented there. I don't know if you can rotate it. You can with the R key. I love it when video games are user-friendly. So this is going to attack 2 at a range of 3 to all of those elites there. That is excellent work. And then move 2, all adjacent allies suffer 1 damage. Well, we can actually, if these guys are moving 2, we can step forward, but that would get us hurt. So we're going to skip that, wait to do more ranged attacks in a moment. Because they move forward 2 and don't do anything else. Right, so they only have 4 HP. I know that Faith still has her throwing knives for attack 2 at a range of 3, targeting 2. So that can hit both of them. And then on bottom, probably just going to want to do a big move across the room. So let's do that with Venom Shiv. Do we have a ranged attack? I'm sure we do on bottom somewhere. There you go. Attack 1 at a range of 2 with stun. So we can stun 1 if we need to. They still have retaliate, of course. And we can scurry on top just to move across the map a bit. Cragheart. We should be able to hit both of these guys now. If we have a 2 attack. We don't, because we don't have our backup ammunition going, but between us all, we should be able to do what we need. This is attack 2 for 2. This is attack 1. So one of them's taking at least 3 damage if we roll all zeros. So here, if we go late with Massive Boulder, we can move after the attacks are done and Crater on top. Because odds are they're not going to be going that slowly. Although Earthen Clod probably gets us where we want to be. And then here we do not have any ranged attacks, but we do have Skewer, which we can attack from range with. We just have to get onto an appropriate tile. Our best movement is probably Sweeping Blow. And then we can push something out of the way so we're not stood next to it. So Skewer, Sweeping Blow, we'll see how that goes. They are at the end of the order again. So Mind Thief is going to attack here. 0 damage, but they are stunned. And then move 3. They're moving 2 and attacking for 3, but this guy's stunned, so we can waltz over here. We could attack, but I'm going to not because they have Retaliate up. This is a simple attack action. And then we're going to move 5 right up to the doorway. We're not going to open the door yet, but we will stand on some gold. Right, we need to move to here. Push you away. And then that push puts them in line for our Skewer attack. We don't need to consume the air, but we will because it's a attack 3 on 2. But if we drew a -2, we wouldn't kill them. Turns out it wasn't a problem. And Craggy here, I'm going to attack for 2 at a range of 5. That's good, because then we get to utilize his move 4, because he does not have great movement, but we get to use one of his better movements right there. He collects the 2 gold he stood on. And now we could long rest, but I think with the room ahead... Oh, this is the only room ahead. I forgot this area was so small. So we're going to move in and then be bombarded, I imagine, in such a small space. So what we would like then is probably Dirt Tornado. That is a top, which is good because it means that we can just take our fastest movement on the other card. And then we want everyone else to go after 35 because we don't want them getting caught up in said Dirt Tornado. We do need to loot the Ornate Chest and kill the Merciless Overseer as our goals. Here, I think, into the night to become invisible. And if we move into the doorway whilst we're invisible, nothing will be able to come through the doorway and attack us, at least with a melee attack. So we're invisible, self on bottom. So that's not going to work out, but we do have our Cloak of Invisibility. So we can play that instead after we move. So we'll move into the night, so that's fast. Move 2 on bottom. And then on top, We can do a frigid apparition. We do still have ice, so that will be able to stun something. Then scoundrel. We're probably looking at an open wound, although we want to go after the 14. So we'll do special mixture open wound. And then Brutus over here. Do we have a basic loot? We do not really, do we? So we can't pick up all this gold in a single swift action. And if we want to get into the fight, we're going to need to move a long way in. And so trample's going to be our biggest movement for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can use our boots to get in there even further. So we'll do that at the end of the action once we've decided who's standing where. And then on top, we might as well go balanced measure, because X attack, X is the number of hexes you've moved with it. We're intending to move at least 6 hexes. We'll go with that. So Mind Thief. We are moving 2 on bottom into the doorway.
You move through a tight crawl space clearly more suited to the rat-like vermlings, into a large chamber full of rubble and vermling miners on high alert. Towards the back of the chamber, a man in a dark robe cracks a whip and begins spitting orders at the miners, who turn their pickaxes away from the stone walls and toward you.
Yeah, that's a lot of baddies. They are kind of on the perimeter of the room, which makes sense if they were mining. We have a stun trap, another stun trap, and another stun trap there at the back. There's the ornate chest we need to loot, and we need to kill the overseer in order to win. We don't have to kill everything else. Now, there's nothing for us immediately here to attack, unfortunately. So that is going to be a wasted attack action. So let's make sure we put on our Cloak of Invisibility first, unless they're just not moving. Move 4, attack 1. Move 4, attack 0. Alright, we'll get invisible. Then skip this attack. Then the Overseer's up. Summon Verming Elite. Summon Vermling Scout Elite. So he just summoned 2 creatures, which is not fun. And I'm going to sneeze. So we can move 3. That would be 1, 2, 3. That would get us in range to attack something. The elites are moving 4 and attacking for 1. The others are moving 4 and attacking for 0. How many other elites are there? 1, 2... So there's elites all at the back there, basically. This one could move in and hit us. I don't think these guys would have the range. So we will step into here. Poison the one we're next to. Then attack them for 4, which is 5 with the poison. They die, which is lovely. Now, Craggy. We wanted to do a great big dirt tornado. However, once we get in, attack 1 at a range of 2. We could basically get 1 creature in a dirt tornado. And I mean, it's better than nothing, but it's not ideal. But there's no use in being behind the doorway coming into the next round, so we'll press in. And this isn't going to burn when it's played. Oh! Range 2. 1, 2. I guess so long as any part of the hex is on the range marker. Well, I've learnt something else. Only the elites are attacking, but they're only attacking for 1. So I'm not that fussed about muddling them. So let's just attack 3 other creatures. Decent attack. Now they're all up. They have to go round the trap that is set. They hit us for 0, which is wonderful. This is just about the least harmful encounter I've had so far. Oh, so they do attack for 0, then they just have an opportunity to roll a higher modifier. It's worth knowing. Right, Brutus. Amazingly, the way that's panned out, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a foe. This is our invisible ally. So there's actually nowhere in this room we can stand. So with that in mind, we're just going to move forward 2, which is awkward. We will get some gold that we stand on. We'll skip our attack. That's his turn. Then that's the entire initiative over. So, we need to kill that guy, loot the chest in the back, and deal with the riffraff in the meantime. Faith. You can run far very often, can't you? Like 5 right there. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That puts you within looting range of the ornate chest and next to the baddie, and we can smoke bomb. So that seems fine. We'll get you out of harm's way. Then if you do that, Craggy here can probably hurt all of these guys in some kind of AoE thing. All adjacent allies and enemies suffer 1 damage. Move 4 with jump. All adjacent allies suffer 1 more damage. So we could just jump a very small hop around here, and we'd have a good chance of killing multiple of the things around us. We would hit Vermling for 1, but it's not such a heavy price. On the next 6 melee attacks targeting you, retaliate 2. That does also seem kind of incredible, because Faith is going to be way off away from us. All of this stuff is basically going to try and wail on Cragheart here. Attack 3, push 1. You may push the target into hexes containing obstacles. In each case, destroying the obstacle, the target suffers 2 damage and you gain 1. I mean, if I could move close enough to push this guy into an obstacle, I would, but that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and I don't think we have that kind of movement. We do with Crater. Alright, heaving swing Crater there. Vermling. Attack 2, push 3. Attack 1 on bottom with wound. We could do that. Or we could jump 4 and muddle some creatures. 6 with our boots. Let's do that. And then back here, you're going to move back onto that spot. Craggy is moving. We can only move 2 unless we take a rest. Oh no, we still have our boots. We still have our boots. So if we move into where Craggy is, 1, 2, 3. Or if we get to where Faith is, we can retaliate, provoking Roar, which is ballsy, but I think could be great. So let's hope this all goes as planned. Faith is moving 5. 1, 2, 3. That is not a tile I can stand on. I thought it was. Alright, well we're going to stand here then. And we're going to be invisible while we do it. And then we are going to move 4 to this tile here and retaliate 2 self on this round. We are still at full health, which is good. This guy is summoning 2 creatures. Now, Vermling. We are going to move with boots for 6, and we want to land where we started, going through as many foes as possible. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gets through 3 foes, and hopefully they will be attacking Brutus. So they are muddled. Then we're going to attack the one we can see. We are disarming them, hitting them for +0, and we can actually push them into this trap. They're already disarmed. They would be disarmed and stunned. If they're disarmed, they can't attack Brutus anyway. So we'll shove them over. End our turn. Then Craggy had a plan. What was Craggy's plan? We were going to move and jump. All adjacent allies take 1 damage. Move 4 with jump. All adjacent allies and enemies take 1 damage. So we risk hitting Brutus twice. So they'll all take 1 damage. These 2 will die. Then we can move up to 4 away. Now, of course, he created things in the tiles I wanted to exist in. So what we'll do is we'll move to here. Now that is going to hit Faith for 1. Then we're going to attack 3 with push 1, push something into an obstacle. We're going to attack the one with 4 HP here. They take 2. And we push them into the bed. And they take 2 when they hit the bed. Now let's see what the Vermlings do. We take 4 damage there. We'll reduce that to 3. They can't hit us. They can, but they're hitting Cragheart. They can't hit us. They miss, but still take retaliation damage, which is wonderful. 1 there is fine. That was a pretty good round as it goes, I think. Right, I've completely forgotten what all of our battle goals are. Have 3 or fewer cards, so Brutus still wants to burn stuff. Kill an undamaged monster in a single attack. That seems more difficult for us, although... yeah, we need to do 5. We'll play what we have, because they don't seem to be too much of a target, although short resting, if we suddenly end up taking lots of hits, I think we'll be fine. Cragheart. Attack 4. Add targets on ranged attacks. On your next 6 melee attacks targeting you, gain Retaliate 2. I mean, Retaliate 2 in this environment is going to be great. He's already killed 5 or more creatures. So let's create on the next 6 melee attacks Retaliate 2, and we will avalanche the ones behind us. Faith is invisible, so what we'd love to do before we single out, add 2 attack and gain 1 when the target is adjacent to any of your allies. So we want this guy to move next to them first. There's a move 2, attack 2, and then we can put up some defenses, and that will burn a card for Zealot, so that seems great. And we want to go... well, we need to short rest anyway. Open wound, 5. Fine, not 5. We want Faith to go after Brutus on a 32. 33 would be Special Mixture, which will add 1 to our attack by poisoning the baddie, unless... nope, he's not immune to poison. Innate base attack strength is equal to the number of Vermling scouts present. Well, that's terrifying. But that was move on bottom, and then we want a big attack on top with single out or flanking strike, because it's going to do double damage whilst they are next to an ally and we are invisible. So let's see how this goes. They are slow, which is great, but it is all scouts act again, which is slightly terrifying, but these are all move 4 and loot. So they're just going to try and steal our gold, apparently. So we want to move 2 and attack. Good 4 damage, and then on the next 6 sources of damage gain shield 1. And we can heal for 5 right now. Then Faith, who is invisible, we're going to move to this tile. Poison the boss man. So this is going to be an attack for 3, plus 2 because they're adjacent to an ally, plus 1 because they're poisoned, which is 6, and then all of that is doubled because we're invisible with our special invisibility. So if we get like a 2x or a plus 2 or something, all the better. Just don't miss. There you go, that's 14 damage. That's huge. Vermlings are just moving and looting. I'm so frightened. And they're all going to go again, which is moving and looting, which I'm not frightened of. Right, Cragheart. I was going to turn on Retaliate, and then attack for 4. Or we can attack for 3 in 2 directions. Although we can't create 2 empty hexes because there are no empty hexes around us. So let's turn on Retaliate 2. And then attack. We'll attack these 2. Because then one should at least die. No need to heal him with this potion yet. Now, what are we doing here? We're just playing what we have to play, right? Well, we can attack 1. Kill you. Or not, but then we can also attack 1. A wounded character suffers 1 damage at the start of its turns. Well, it's going to die at the start of its next turn then. We attack 1 there, we heal, thanks to our augment being in place. Now the Overseer makes everything else go again. They loot everything around them. Then we need to get to the back there where that chest is. So, looks like it's time for lots of short rests. We can lose Scurry, that's fine. Kill an undamaged monster. I don't think we're just ever going to have 5 damage for that. Attack 3, add 2, and gain 1 XP for each negative condition on a target. Well, if there was a full health creature, we could do that. But we would need to move in order to do it, and we don't have jump. So we could move and stun. So, in fact, if we wanted to do that, we need Cragheart to kill one of these guys. Cragheart, can you kill one of these guys? Can you kill them swiftly? Attack 2 at a range of 5. You can. And then if you want to hit in the other direction, we could do a heavy swing. So Mind Thief needs to go after 38. Attack 2, add 1 for each negative target on a 48. And then we can Frigid Apparition, move 4 and stun. Let's see how that goes. Brutus over here. We are still next to the baddie, who is poisoned. A short rest. Sweeping Blow. We can burn it. We've got stronger things to attack with, I think. Leaping Cleave would do a good job here. So, Leaping Cleave on top. And Spare Dagger on bottom. We'll take the fast one on that. And then Faith, do you have jump? This is a stun trap. We have Thieves' Knack to disarm a trap. So we could move and disarm that trap and then go around the backside. Or we could flanking strike while we're next to the big guy. That seems better, really, doesn't it? And Thieves' Knack lets us attack on bottom as well. All scouts act again. Attack 0, range 4, targeting 2. Attack 1, range 4, targeting 2. Right, so we're attacking on top here. Still doing 4 damage. Attacking 3 next. Then Brutus, we're going to attack these 2 together. Get 1 XP for that, and we'll do it at advantage. He's got 1 HP left. We can deal with that. Right, so Big Boss is down. Craghart, your plan was to kill one of these guys and get them out of the way. And why not add 1 to all of your attacks? That's why you add 1 to all of your attacks. Right, so Mind Thief now. We can move 4 and stun one enemy who has full health. And then, if we attack 2, add 1 for each negative condition, that becomes 3. There's a chance on a 2x, which we do have our blessings, that we kill them in 1 swift attack. Or even a +2. It's not going to happen, that's fine. We heal for nothing because we were missing no HP. I'm so scared. So, the foes aren't going to be a problem for us anymore. What I don't know is if the foes die and we haven't looted the chest yet, do we still lose? Because there's no way I'm going to be able to burn 4 odd cards for Zealot to proc at the end. Kill a monster during a scenario by causing at least 4 more points of damage than necessary to it. We might be able to get that going. This guy's got 1 here. With a swift bow for 3. We'd need a +2 or something. We still have a ×2 and 2 blessings, so let's swift bow and we will throwing knives to loot 2, just the gold around us. You're done. You're not possible anymore. So here we can move 2 and loot 1. Get some more gold. Craggy, if you could kill this guy that you're stood next to, that would be great. And Brutus, we need someone to get over near the chest. So might as well do that, right? They're going on 35. So we are moving to here and then looting. They took some of the gold, but they couldn't take all of it. Brutus, we were going to move right to the back here, ready to collect the chest on our next turn. And we get XP for having played that movement card, which is nice. They get that gold pile. Over here, our intent was to attack this guy like that. Pick up another gold pile. They moved and looted. So they're going to be alive next turn, which is fine. So we can... we were going to try and overkill this guy. But if they die, I think the game is over. So we'll loot 2. And then skip our attack to do it next turn when we can definitely get the chest. So we'll take our potion and take back Flanking strike because Cragheart is right next to them. End Scoundrel's turn. Then here, Scoundrel. Flanking strike. Venom Shiv. Brutus, we need to just take any movement cards. Everybody else can just play anything at this point, I think. We might as well play Hostile Takeover just for the 2 XP. But we're not going to get a chance. That's fine. We were too fast. I didn't think that bit through. Oh, but we missed. There's always the chance you'll miss. Skip the movement action. So we are going to force this enemy to take its turn. Then we'll put a fresh augment on. Brutus. We could step on the chest now, but we don't need to. So let's burn this. Skip that. Then Cragheart. Burn that. Skip this. We're really getting min-maxy here at the end. Right, so 2 cards for you to play. You need a short rest. We can burn Swift Bow because we want to play Flanking Strike and not miss. And sure, why not Thieves' Knack? Then here, short rest, burn that. Anything we can play for XP? No, so we'll play anything. Anything we can play for XP? An attack or a move 4 and attack 2. We'll see if the movement gives us the XP. Scoundrel. Did that set off Dynamo? Did it? I don't know. We'll find out. We're going to move 4. We don't have an attack to make. We do get the 2 XP because we took part of that action though. Craggy. Do some lovely healing. Why not? Skip this attack action. And then Brutus. Step onto the chest so we don't miss it. Skip the attack. End turn.
With the Overseer dead and the diamond in your hand, you head back to Jexera to claim your reward.
Right. Dynamo did proc. Kill 5 more enemies we did do. We did not overkill somebody. We didn't have 3 or fewer cards, but that's fine. We did well. We got lots of experience and lots of gold. No road events on the way back to town.
Jexera's bodyguards escort you inside the manor, where you find her somehow different. More harrowed and grim. Wonderful. She exchanges the diamond for a large purse full of coins. This will serve beautifully as a focus for the incantations. I wonder if the cultists even know what they had here. With this, I can summon an entire army of undead. She turns to you with a strange glint in her eye. So then, Are you ready to overthrow the military of Gloomhaven and put control of the city into the hands of the Merchants Guild? Or do you not have the stomach to effect real change?
Right, we get 20 gold, 1 prosperity, and 6 XP. Gloomhaven's city wealth has reached 2. You found a new item design. When you find an item design, the item becomes available in the merchant's shop. New items are now in stock. Swing by my stand next time you're in the new market. New quest location, Gloomhaven Square A and Gloomhaven Square B. Eternal Wanderer has completed 5 scenarios. Battle Legend has earned 6 of 15 perk points. And that is all for today. So we have some choices ahead of us and lots of new shiny stuff in the shop. We are pretty loaded, which is very exciting. But for now, that leaves me to say thank you ever so much for watching. If you're enjoying the series, please do consider subscribing or hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, please do put them down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.